Welcome back to Squatch Watch with Brian Belenda and Jessica Twelvetrees, where we cover all your cryptozoological questions and share real stories from witnesses and survivors. See how easy it is, Brian?
I like my intros better. No news on the big man today, but our tip line is open. If you or a friend has had a recent sighting, give us a call, send an email, or tag us on OKSo with your hashtag SquatchSpots.
In the meantime, we're talking about the handsome stranger. Now, this one's a little controversial, but we aim to tackle the facts with an open mind. And
the murders are totally unrelated. It's not about the murders.
Brian!
I'm just clarifying.
So, yes, as my colleague so artfully alluded to, there has been a string of recent deaths attributed to the handsome stranger.
Witnesses say the victims are last seen walking off with a well-dressed figure in a long coat, usually,
but not always,
a man.
But we're here to talk about the history of the stranger and how they're connected to the ghost lights in Elliott Bay, Lake Chelan, Mount St. Helens, Sleeping Dog,
and the Magnolia Aurora.
I told you, the Aurora is totally corporate astroturfing. We are not talking about it.
All that and more after this message from our sponsor is Seattle's hottest new...
Ryan?
Excuse me?
Ryan, where did you go?
What?
The vampire shark.
Oh,
They
no.
got him. Next week we'll cover the controversial vampire shark released into the Seattle Aquarium.
Oh, shit.
Well, the Oculus is the midnight door.
But what's its will? What does it do?
It's important to ask questions and for us to remember.
Last time. Nope, that's not how we start. Good evening, travelers, and welcome back to the Court of the Jester Princes. I scrolled down on my thing, so I got confused. I am your storyteller, Jonas Tintenseher, and we are playing Vampire the Masquerade V5 Midnight Gravity. Joining me tonight, our tuneful toreador, Rachel Kordell.
I'm Mars, and tonight's song is With a Little Help from My Friends by Rita Lee.
Oh, yeah.
By Rita Lee.
Covers.
Nice.
Our London La Sombra, special guest, Meghan Martin.
Chaz here, coming at you with another Seattle fact. This one is a Spotify Seattle fact for the Spotify Wrapped of 2023. Top artist was T Swift. Top song was Flowers by Miley Cyrus. And top playlists were pickleball related.
Oh, all right.
Valid.
Our thawed thin blood, Casey Reardon.
I play Mathias Wilson, and are you thirsting for a Thurston fact?
You know it.
Every
always.
time.
Thirsty.
Every time.
Soon after he arrived in New York City, Thurston used the alias William Ryan and fell in with newsboys, derelicts, and thieves living in flophouses. He joined the Bowery Street Gang and was taught to pick pockets.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, you say flophouse?
Yes.
That's a great term.
That's two first names. That's a terrible fake name.
Our mischievous Malkavian, Sky Swanson.
Hey, most fish don't live that long. The Methuselah fish
Oh, I thought that was
is
the
not
end of it.
quite the Methuselah, the fish, is not quite ancient, but biologists at the California Academy of Science believe that it's about 90 years old, with no known living peers. Methuselah is a 4-foot-long, 40-pound Australian lungfish that was brought to the San Francisco Museum in 1938 from Australia.
Didn't we do lungfish?
Wow.
We did a different lungfish fact.
Oh, this is a specific lungfish.
There's a lot of lungfish.
This is
and
an old one.
catfish.
Yeah. Our
Reggie.
and our hairless Hecata, Andrew Frost.
Tough blow. Tough blow.
I hope all that silence gets in.
Sure.
My name is Antonio Stregano, and I should have came up with a better recurring bit.
Okay.
I like your bits, Andrew.
Listen, mine's gonna. I still have a decent amount of facts left. Don't get me wrong, and I find more every time. But I'm going to run out eventually.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that your bit means something, and I'm just determined to figure out what it all connects to.
Never tell.
Every word is planned.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
Last time on Midnight Gravity, our coterie discussed their options, their enemies, their pasts, and their futures. After a mild, shall we say, misunderstanding, the coterie resolved to partner with Clan Lasombra to take down Ajax Volantis at a club called Delirium, and went their separate ways until then. With a week's downtime to go, you all leave Pox's hacker den in Magnolia, returning to your havens to meet the day sleep. And you do not dream.
Nope.
Except...
I
Do
refuse.
not dream! Come on,
Wait,
it's
no,
exciting!
there's an accept. There's an accept.
Wait, there's an accept?
There was an accept,
Who?
guys.
Who's dreaming?
One of us isn't a vampire.
It's Reggie. They're just a drug addict.
Except?
Except nothing, you got pranked.
Oh,
Everyone
see, I knew
refresh.
it! I
That's
knew
right,
it!
people. It's April
Bamboozle.
1st. April
knew
Fools,
it.
everybody.
Everyone refresh your willpower to 0 for this
Oh,
downtime.
heck yeah.
I don't have an easy rotation here, so I guess just who wants to go first in downtime? We got 1 week to go. Andrew.
No, I called attention to myself. Shit. You know what? It's with all the hubbaloo of the last couple of weeks, Antonio hasn't had much time to write his brother. So I think he's gonna make point to do that, see how he's doing, and check in.
Yeah, you write a letter to your brother Marco, send it off. What's the general content of the letter?
So when Antonio writes to his brother, he's writing under the guise of his son who doesn't exist. Basically, the story that he tells is that he was placed into witness protection due to involvement in the mafia, and he lived a lovely life out on the East Coast until he passed away at the tender age of 95. So now he's been writing under the guise of his son Anthony, and it's just, hey, hope you're doing well. Not much is going on over here. It's very if it's probably the dullest letter you can ever get from anyone.
Sure.
But it's more so for Antonio to hear from Marco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Polo.
You send that off, addressed to your brother at Heatherwood Assisted Living. I assume writing a letter doesn't take you a whole week. Is there anything else you'd like to visit in this time? You can say no.
I think it's been a while since he's also dusted off his old apartment. So I think he's going to make a quick stop to the shop to grab some cleaning supplies. You know, get some new vacuum bags, a couple of like Swiffers, and go to getting that nice and cleaned up.
Yeah. So you head down south of the Space Needle, south of downtown, a little bit past Mathias' place at Mama's Good Italian to Beacon Hill. And the apartment building has been condemned. It sits tall and lonely, hasn't been touched in decades at this point. Just one of those urban developments that never gets picked up by the city, left to fester, linger. The doors are all barred by, or wrapped off by, ribbons, caution tape, and condemned signs. But Antonio, knows how to get in through the back without disrupting any of the signage. Go up to your 4th floor apartment and walk in past the hanging dust and spider webs covering the place. And I imagine, in a cinematic sense, there is this distinct camera motion. You're on the landing, there's clearly dust hanging in the air, cobwebs over the stairs and the stairwell. The floors have not been treated or maintained, the wood is splintering, sickly light filtering in through the boarded up windows. And as you put in your key and step through the apartment door, you pass through the wall, and it is like shifting through time. And the apartment itself is sparsely furnished, but spotless, as if it had just been closed down and sold yesterday. And you just start cleaning, arranging pictures, and making sure everything is just the way that it's supposed to be. Dusting shelves, checking under the furniture.
I think maybe on one wall of the apartment itself has been covered in countless Polaroid photos of places all over the world. New York City circa 1970, and the Appalachian Trail, and at one point Vegas and Chicago, everywhere. I think over time maybe, some of the tape is loosened and He fixes those and puts them back up.
Notably, each of those pictures were taken at night. And as you get ready to leave the apartment, you linger at the door for a moment with your hand with a knob, waiting for a whisper that does not come.
Hey, I'm sorry that I haven't been here in a while. Things are getting really busy out here. There's a lot of really big things happening, and I think that if I play my cards right, I should be able to fix things with us. I know you don't want to talk to me, and I don't expect you to, but I need you to know I'm working on it. I really miss you. We'll talk soon, okay? I'll leave you alone now.
And he carries on throughout his day.
His night.
His night.
All right. Mars, shall we jump to?
Sure. At some point during this downtime to jump off of Antonio, I have something to say to him. So.
Uh-oh.
No,
What
no.
did he do now?
At some point, I guess we would connect either at Western Night at the Double Tap or maybe a better place or a different time. But I imagine we are sitting at a table and she leans across to Antonio and is like, so I wanted to talk to you about our deal, the favor.
Yeah, what about?
Well, it's been a little bit of time since I last checked in on it, and I just wanted to know if you, I don't know, heard anything.
To level with you, not really. Channels have been pretty quiet recently. Not a lot of deaths, I guess. Which is good for some people, but...
Nothing? Not just, yeah. No, it makes sense.
No, I know. It's... You want news. No matter what news it is.
Yeah. I guess I'm just kind of getting antsy. Which again isn't anything on you. You just kind of hear the news as it comes in.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
This person you're looking for, I'm assuming this is a former lover of some kind. A husband.
She pauses, and you see, her eyes get, very, serious and defensive, and then it kind of, quickly shifts out of that. And she's like, yes, yeah, David was my husband.
Can I ask you something? It'll be uncomfortable.
You've already asked me one thing, so what's another?
What made you go?
And she pauses on that, and you see her eyes kind of start to glaze over a little bit. He cheated on me.
Very sorry.
It's okay. I mean, yeah, he cheated on me, but I never stopped loving him. And I just, would like to be there when he passes.
I understand.
You do?
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking about it the other day. The more I'm like this, the less I'm able to feel. The less I feel rage, less I feel happiness, less I feel sadness, but it's just something to do with my blood.
What do you mean?
The longer the clan lives on, the less human we are. The closer we become to the dead that we study all the time. But...
Well, I mean, that's kind of the same across most kindred, isn't it? I mean, we're all just kind of trying to hold on to whatever humanity we have left.
This is true, but with my clan specifically, it's very much a thing.
Oh.
But I've noticed that the one thing that really hasn't dampened on me has been love. So I know where you come from.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's just the truth.
Is there someone you're missing?
Antonio takes a look at the wedding ring that he still keeps on his finger after, God, at this point, 60 years of unlife.
Yeah. It's funny, they're always in reach, but it's always so hard to get in actual contact, you know?
When you look at your wedding ring, her eye follows to that, kind of being like, oh, that would have been obvious to note. But I guess she just never really paid attention to that before. And she's like, I guess, has she passed?
Yeah. A while ago.
She nods. I'm sorry for your loss.
Me too.
I mean, I suppose I'll be sorry for my loss eventually, too.
I know, but you still have that love. And that's not something that really dies.
No, it doesn't. You know, I remember finding out that that David cheated on me, and I was so mad. I was furious, and I felt so abandoned. I mean, he was somebody who I knew I was going to spend the rest of my life with. I mean, we had 2 kids, and it was very surprising. But at the time, when Elliot came along, it just seemed like an easy option.
Yeah. You send the hurt back.
I mean, if he was so willing to give up on me, why wouldn't it be so easy to give up on, well, them?
I know where you come from. And I am really sorry that happened to you.
It's okay. I mean, again, sometimes I think maybe...
What could have been different?
Yeah.
Me too.
Sometimes I think it could have been different. Sometimes I think I could have tried talking to him. But, you know, here we are now.
Yeah. Hindsight's 20/20.
In a way. Yeah. Yeah.
A long time ago, Dante said something to you at Elysium that I didn't necessarily appreciate.
I remember that. What was it that he said?
Something along the lines of, let the past stay in the past and live on.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that was, you know, I didn't really know how to take that, but, you know, I thought he meant well by it.
He did. Honestly, for a kindred of his age, he's surprisingly in touch with everything.
Yeah.
But he was wrong. We have to remember the past because that's what made us. And it's unfair of us to not remember that, as different as we may become.
Her whole face twists when you say that we have to remember. Yeah, I'm really trying to make sure that I hold on to as much as I can. Just, you know, just to keep in my heart. Yeah.
I want to roll insight, but I don't know.
But do you really want to wait until he goes?
There's a long pause.
You think it's going to be easier, but it's not.
I guess I'm just not sure. And I don't really have many other channels. I don't know how else to find him. I mean, I kind of follow along with everything on social media. And I check it kind of frequently, actually, which sounds kind of creepy, but, you know, keeping everything at arm's length. And I just don't know where he is. I don't know why. I can't piece it together, but I can't. And yeah, it was just, this seems to be the only option where I have the most control. But if I can find him before he passes, I suppose that would be preferred.
I've found that in life, the things you tend to look for tend to be right under your nose. Look around local. There's a lot of retirement homes, assisted living facilities. He likely hasn't gone far.
You think they put him in a retirement home?
I mean, how old is he?
Well, he should be 92 at this point.
Alright, well there's a chance of him being independent still.
There's a chance. Yeah.
I don't have much sway when it comes to medical records. I get the aftermath.
Yeah.
But I'll see what I can find.
Sure. Yeah. Just keep our ear to the ground. Thank you for doing all this. I mean, I owe you big time for everything, but...
You don't.
I do.
Antonio just kind of gives like a half nod and turns his focus back to the music playing.
And I guess that's where that ends.
Okay.
In the same vein, maybe at the same place, at the Double Tap.
Same night?
But I believe I have a fan that I have to speak with.
Oh, you do.
Aries.
Oh, you broke that poor girl's heart.
Yeah, sure. This. So let's say this is happening. The double tap. You just delete as you're finishing up with Antonio. You look up and you just see Aries in a corner booth. Young woman with medium brown skin, big giant mop of curly hair, and big thick glasses. And she's just like hunched up in a booth, just like idly. She has like a pen and she's just idly drawing on a piece of paper. But you can tell she's sort of dissociating and has just resorted to drawing an endless circle. It's just spiraling inward forever.
In that case, I think if we're having this discussion and this is happening at the same time, Mars's eyes would drift over to her and then come back to Antonio and say, I'm going to take care of something. And excuses herself from the table to approach Aries. Hey, Aries.
She looks up and your presence kind of startles her out of her trance. And she's like, oh, Mars. Hey, hi.
Hi. I just wanted to apologize about the other day. I just, it was just some business with my former manager and I just really needed the privacy and I didn't mean to snap at you like that. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't need to apologize for me. I was like intruding and I shouldn't have like come up to you like that outside of the building, and it was really rude of me. So yeah, that's fine. You don't need to apologize to me. I mean, I'm so sorry. I mean, you're so amazing, cool. I just want to
look. Again, I agree. I do need a little bit more structured boundaries, but ultimately it wasn't right for me to snap at you. So
you see just waves and waves of relief emanating off of her, and she's just like, yeah, totally. That's awesome. Okay, great.
Good.
Everything's good with you?
Yes, everything's good. Just, if you just maintain that space, and it's, just with the professional, air of everything. We just want to make sure that we're maintaining those boundaries, right, Aries?
Yeah, boundaries. Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing. And if she doesn't say anything else,
she'll try. She'll talk your ear off anytime you speak to her, but you can make an excuse.
I have to go. But I just wanted to make sure that we were good.
Yep,
good.
We're good. Yep.
Have a good night, Aries.
Yep, we're great. Love you. Sorry, that was weird. And as you walk
sweet
away,
baby girl. Mm-hmm.
As you walk away, what you don't see is her kind of like watch you leave, and as soon as you're like 20, 30 feet away, she pulls out her phone and starts rapidly typing on it.
Wonderful. Don't see it, can't react. All right. Then other than that, the other thing that I want to do during this downtime, and probably the most important, is I want to go talk to Octave about setting up this thing for Ajax.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you have access to Delirium yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have it later for your coterie as part of the Toreador Merit All Access. You make time to visit Delirium. It's this club downtown with relatively standard decoration, but the ever-present sense that the club wants to grow. Every time you look around, the walls seem to stretch slightly until you pay attention to them, and then they snap back into place. And the music is this intense electronic, techno-industrial, goth rock, pop fusion thing that is never the same on any given night as it was the night before. Octave is the club's unofficial Kindred representative. They almost never leave. Seeing them at Elysium last month was quite the surprise. And although they don't really pay respect to the Camarilla of the city, everyone just kind of accepts that the club is theirs and leaves them alone because they don't come out of it, so they're not a bother to anyone else. You go up to Octave, where they are sitting as usual in one of those lounge conversation pits surrounded by entranced mortals. Octave appears to be a mid-20s woman, but they them pronouns. Has dark brown skin, sort of an undercut mohawk that has been bleached white and then dyed several other colors, currently wearing an all-red suit with a darker red shirt underneath, the sleeves rolled up. They see you coming and give you a nod.
I would also bring my band if they wanted to come with.
Sure. Yeah, Mercury and Venus will attend.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have color coordinated your outfits.
As per usual. And yeah, I bring them both as, just because I like having them around, but also as emotional support.
Mm-hmm.
And they are up to date on everything that I'm about to talk to them about. So,
Mm-hmm.
So I approach and smile and let the waves of whatever ecstasy this place brings me just run across me.
Mm-hmm.
I love delirium. I love this place more than anything. So,
And delirium loves you back.
it sure does. I can tell. I love coming here. So I approach. Hey, how's it going?
Why are you here?
Oh, you know I like being here.
Yeah, but you don't like making casual conversation, so what's up?
Okay.
Do
fine.
we need a room?
Yeah, we might need a room.
Octave looks a little bit put off, gotta leave my throne of mortals, but they get up, lead you over to a private room with enhanced soundproofing and a frosted glass door. Sit down. Mercury and Venus take seats on either side of you, and they just are close to you and ready to hold your hand, squeeze your shoulder.
Yeah. So, there's not really an easy way to put this, but from what I understand, Ajax Phalantus comes around pretty regularly.
You can understand that.
Well, a Primogen has ordered a blood hunt on him.
Shit.
Mm-hmm. So, here's the thing. I, as much as I am here on orders trying to find a way to do the blood hunt, there's a little bit of a personal thing in it for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how to put this. Basically, I mean, I would not mind seeing Ajax dead, and I would not mind having my hands in it, which is why I'm involved in the first place. But we performed at Granite once.
His club up in Cascade?
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar.
And look, it was out of our scene, but a gig's a gig, and we never really questioned where Elliot sent us. But anyway, after the performance, Elliot and I met a couple of mortals who heard that, my band and I had this reputation of sleeping around. And, well, Elliot remarked that we do sleep around and basically offered me to basically sleep with this guy right there in front of his girlfriend, who was practically passed out, by the way. And look, to be honest, this wasn't even the first time something like this happened, but I didn't want to this time because a few weeks before this, Elliot had humiliated me for, I don't know, expressing my sexual freedom. And here in this moment, he just took it from me. And where Ajax comes in here is that he was there and he watched all of this happen and he didn't stop it. And being that it was in his club, that means he let it happen.
Octave is quiet for a moment as they process this, and Mercury and Venus, as promised, they take your hands and squeeze, and you feel the song in your head meet the song in each of theirs and start harmonizing. And it brings you some small amount of comfort to recall this. And the music of the club itself as well infiltrates and wraps the three of you up in this tangled web with Octave. And Octave shakes their head eventually and they say, Yeah, I don't mind him going down either. You can do it here.
We can.
I don't like getting involved in your cami business, but
You don't have to be.
I like you. And if someone fucked with you, then look, the end of the day is you can do it here. I think that'll mean fewer questions than if I didn't let you. And all I want is to be left alone. I got one rule. Make sure no harm comes to any of the dancers. None of the mortals here deserve to be part of this.
Of course not.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Then you tell me what you need and I'll make it happen.
There's a little bit of planning to do, but right now, I think I'll just need the allowance of my coterie to come in for the night.
Yeah, he comes around once a month to pick up product. I'll make sure there's a delay this time.
Okay. Yeah.
You can set up anything you need to beforehand.
Gotcha. Just let me know when that is. And thanks. I know this is a lot to ask, but man, we're trying to take our power back any way we can.
Octave reaches out for your hand and squeezes your knuckles and says, Look, I think you've been at this for longer than I have. But one thing I've learned, all of this, all these feelings, all the fucked up, evil shit that these people do, the one thing we can do is we can outlive it.
Yeah. We can outlive it. And I look to the rest of the Furies, almost kind of like doubling down on that statement to them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mars appreciates that.
Right.
I think that's everything I got.
We will jump over to Reggie.
Yeah.
As repayment for your assistance with the auction, Olga Artemyevna has agreed to get you in to see your mother.
Yes.
At the Washington Women's Correctional Facility, east of the city. You are somewhat unceremoniously abducted from your nightly wanderings by her right-hand ghost.
They throw a bag over my head and drag me into a van.
Not quite, but just one of these nights during this week as you're wandering through the city, begging, looking for change. Ghost, this perfectly pale white skin and white hair, steps out of a dark alleyway and says, Fledgling.
Oh, I guess this is days later. Has Reggie been able to find another fix in the meantime?
I don't know. We should roll wits plus streetwise. Let's see.
All right, let's find out.
We haven't rolled any dice this episode.
Reggie.
Can I assist with that?
You're not with Reggie.
You can assist if Reggie would accept your help.
I don't think Reggie would accept help on this.
Sure. I'm just know I've given you stuff before, so.
Yeah. Which streetwise submit
0.
0 successes. All right. So Reggie is on. Reggie is down right now.
Yep, you're off your addiction.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that should have also been -1 to that roll anyway, so even worse.
Well, you were on last time, I believe.
Oh, yeah, so... Oh, so then that would have been +1.
+1, actually, so go ahead and roll one more. Nope, that's also a failure.
Wow. Oof.
No successes on 7 dice is pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, that's Reggie for you.
So, yeah, you're down, and Ghost appears out of this alleyway and says, Hey, Fledgling.
Oh, shit. Hey, Ghost. Hey, you got me in a bit of trouble.
Okay.
Sorry. I shouldn't have even brought it up. I forgot how these usually go. What's up? You need the notebook again?
No.
Okay.
You said you wanted to see your mom.
I did?
Less than a week ago.
Ah, shit. Reggie opens up their notebook, scrolls it. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Okay, is that happening now?
Unless you have a stringent objection, and you see in her face, you don't have an objection.
No, all right. I could use something for the meeting you got. Well, now you seem pretty clean.
Uh-huh.
Let's just go. It's okay.
They take you by the shoulder, they lead you into the alleyway, and having never done this with you before, they say, watch out.
For
It's
what?
going to get real cold for a second.
What do you mean, cold? Ah!
Yeah, and as you're speaking, Ghost brings you along as she shadow travels.
Go to the
And
shadow room.
You are momentarily transported through the Umbra, the underlying magical, spiritual space that overlaps all of reality. And as she said, it is freezing cold. There is a vacuum around you as you step through this all-encompassing darkness. It feels heavy. It feels like it did in the sprawl. And then you step forward, and you are outside the gates to this prison.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Thought I wasn't supposed to feel that anymore.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. Hey, put your face on. You look like a corpse.
Oh, shaboom.
Make a rouse check for Force of Life.
Shaboom.
Life could be a dream.
I could be.
Hale.
You're going in a little bit hungry,
Okay.
but Ghost leads you in. You see that the guards and staff of this prison, they look right past you as if they have been conditioned or bribed to ignore you. Ghost walks you through the hallways to the visitation room.
As we're walking past, do we pass by like an office or something along those lines?
Yeah, you pass by the front desk, the offices, the space that
Okay,
everyone
then.
is just very pointedly ignoring you.
Reggie, while they do want to see their mom, Reggie right now is definitely on that mindset of like, I need to find a drug, and I think would see some sort of lockup for contraband
Sure.
and would turn to Ghost and be like, hey, you mind if we take a pit stop real fast?
They kind of look around at the guards and they're like,
Come on, they're all frozen. I bet there's something in there you might want too. I don't know. What do you like? Other than eyeshadow.
60 seconds.
Cool. Okay. Reggie will, I don't know, there's a guard nearby. They've got a key card. Reggie will swipe that. I don't know how these things work in prisons, guys. I haven't been to one. Sue me.
You can hit that tier on our Patreon. Send Sky to prison.
We sent to prison for 2 months.
You take the card off the guard's pocket, and that seems to disrupt whatever is happening here for a moment. And he does like start to turn to face you and be like, hey, what are you?
Oh,
and then
shit.
you hear Ghost just be like, hey, eyes on me. And the guard just steps back to her and goes, yes, ma'am, sorry, ma'am.
Oh, sounds like me.
You're able to go in. I think, for the purpose of the scene, you're able to scrounge around and find something.
Immediately scrounge around. They find like an 8-ball or something like that, and I guess Reggie wouldn't actually be able to take any of these drugs because
No.
that's not how these things work.
So just once again, you're holding it in your hand. You're like, oh.
Hey, you mind we do another pit stop to the infirmary? And it's
Let's
definitely
go,
been
kid.
60s. Okay.
Takes you to the visiting room.
Be a lot easier if I had something in my system. Hey, did you grab something?
She's just ignoring you. And,
Did I see her grab something? Did she also rifle through
No,
some contraband?
she was just making sure the guard didn't come after you.
No fun.
You see all the lights in here are off except for one bulb over one of the booths, and there's no guards posted in here. As you enter, one of the doors on the opposite side opens, and a guard, again looking very probably dominated, but looking glazed out, kind of robotically following orders, is shuffling in with an inmate in a jumpsuit. You see a woman in her late 30s who has kind of dark auburn hair that's been kind of cut short to a bob, wearing this jumpsuit. Her face looks a little bit haggard and worn, but she's still relatively young. And she's bickering with her. She's like, I'm trying to get some fucking sleep. It's dark out. What the hell are you doing? And turns and sees you through the glass.
Hey, Mom. Are we what style is this? The style where there's tables and we're both sat at a table physically next to each other, or is this the phone booth kind of style where we have to pick up the receivers to talk to each other?
I was imagining the phone booth style.
Okay, then I guess Reggie does say that, but forgets that she can't hear him.
Yeah.
But instead just kind of waves and then picks up the phone on his side, and they hold it up to their ear.
She looks back at the guard, and the guard closes the door, and your mom kind of awkwardly just... She rolls her eyes, sits down, picks it up on her side as well, and she'll say, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Okay, yeah. Probably should have expected that. Good to see you too. They kind of run one hand through their hair, greased long black hair, and fold it back. And it's just I was kind of asking myself that, but I guess I'm here. How have things been? Bad. Okay, yeah, bad.
She looks back at the guard. She's like, "Do I have to be here for this?" The guard just stands there blankly, blocking the door.
Come on, Mom. I mean, you're not at all happy to see me?
Why the fuck would I be happy to see my idiot brat fucking whatever you are got me locked up in jail, ran Derek off? What the fuck did you think would happen coming here? Why do you think I don't respond to your shitty ass fucking letters?
I thought they were okay.
Went to school for 15 years. You can't even... She just kind of stops and leans back
the spelling's never been my strong suit.
I know.
At least you remember that. Hey, look, I'm you don't gotta worry about getting letters from me anymore, okay? And you don't gotta worry about seeing me anymore either, okay? I figured we could, I don't know, maybe say goodbye or something.
She furrows her brow. She clearly wants to snap back at you, but at the same time, she's also just generally unsettled by this affair, getting dragged out of her cell late at night.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So there is something in her that's this is different, right? And why don't you want to roll about it? Why don't you roll about it?
What do you want me to roll?
Let's do some charisma persuasion. Just good old-fashioned charisma persuasion. Or manipulation persuasion, if you like.
We'll go with charisma persuasion, even though that is the worst roll. And then that's also going to be a -1.
Yeah. So you got 2 dice on this. So you could get a crit. Ooh!
All right, 2 successes.
2 successes. So certainly not a positive response, but she just kind of first, but she's like, whatever.
Hey,
goodbye.
I'm doing better. I made some friends. I'm doing work now. I got a job. Well, sort of a job. I mean, I still don't have a place, but we're working on that. And I got well, it doesn't really pay either, I guess. But we're doing
doesn't.
something. Hey, not every. Well, it doesn't always got to be about money.
Who are these friends? You got more junkies you're hanging around? They keeping you doped up?
No, and I'm clean.
She goes to hang up the phone.
Look, and yeah, Reggie is at wit's end. He doesn't even know why he's here.
Yeah.
And she just looks across at her and is just like, you know what, Mom? Fuck you. You know, just come on. I mean, I guess I thought I owed you something coming here, but it's clear that you don't want anything to do with me. And don't worry, you don't gotta see me after tonight. And this will be the one and done. And you're out, okay?
Then good riddance.
I think that pisses off Reggie. And I think it's time to make another dice roll. As Reggie just kind of stands up, places their hands on the table, and is just like, I've had it so fucking bad after what you and him put me through. After all the shit, you didn't have to make those fucking stupid choices you did. you could still be out here. It's not my fault. Screw you. And we'll be like, and it's just exasperated, and I'm going to use an ability on her.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is a fun new ability that Reggie has, and I'm going to use Dementation on her.
Oh my
You guys didn't see it, but Jonas just shook their head when Sky said that, and I don't know what this means. I don't know what this means.
Well-
Description. This subtle power requires nothing more than a casual conversation. A real casual conversation.
Real casual.
As the vampire's insidious influences hide between the lines and inflictions employed, the victim find themselves increasingly agitated as their inner demons bubble up to the surface, eventually drowning out all rhyme and reason.
Oh, God.
So dementation requires a rouse check.
Hey, you succeeded.
They succeed.
A success on the rouse check.
And then it is a contest of manipulation plus dominate versus composure plus intelligence.
I'm sure she has lots of intelligence.
Probably pretty good on composure, too.
Yeah, okay then. Alright, so 5 dice.
And then roll -1, so you're at 4 because of your addiction.
Yeah, that's a shame on the -1.
Also the number of dice she has.
Oh.
That is going to be
3.
3 successes. And I will use a willpower if I need to.
On that last one? Sure. So this is a power that works off of margin. So the more you have over her, the better.
Okay,
And,
then yes, I
so
want
you-
to use willpower.
So that's a success. That's 4 successes.
That's 4 successes. And then, how does blood surging work?
It is a bonus 2 dice in exchange for a rouse check, normally declared before the roll, but we're in downtime, so
Oh, okay then.
you can do it.
I would have declared it. I didn't realize that I needed to do it before.
I don't really. I've changed my tune a little bit. I think it's okay to let you do it afterward because you're still paying the price.
Exactly.
So go ahead
Yeah,
and make a rouse
okay.
check.
So we'll go make another rouse check. That's another success. And then, okay, so that's going to be 5 successes. So
As you're getting agitated here, she would be the type to start snapping back at you, but instead, the blood awakens and her eyes dilate as something in your voice and your gaze insinuates itself into the recesses of her mind, awakening her deepest, darkest fears and insecurities. And you can see as you continue rising in pitch and volume, she is slowly leaning back in her chair. Her grip on the phone is slackening as the dementation takes over her mind.
I think if there's a visual that we get, it's a steady shot on her through the glass, and we can barely make out Reggie's reflection in the glass. And as they rise, we can just see the fuzzy outline of feathers slowly growing out of Reggie's skin once again. And I think Reggie's final words to his mother are just simply, "If you don't want to see me, then why don't you just rot in there?" And is basically going to force a vision onto her mother.
What does Bethany see?
I think Bethany sees in rapid view a lot of the events that have suddenly taken place with Reggie. They're turning the different creatures that they've encountered, some of the horrible things that they've had to do for him to survive. And after those visions are done, she is alone in this room. And suddenly next to her is a creature. And it's just this feathery, ghoul-looking creature that is slowly making its way towards it. It's got pale flesh and feathers falling out of it and sloughs onto the floor, and these big bug eyes. Just a horrifying monster. And right next to her is a gun.
You see from your perspective, Bethany falls out of her chair. She is shivering, jittering, frothing at the mouth, a little bit of spittle coming up. She starts screaming in panic. The guard behind her approaches to try and subdue her, kind of suddenly broken out of her spell as well. And Bethany grabs the gun off of her hip and fires it 5 times into the guard's chest.
Oh my god.
Gunshots echo through the prison, and as you're watching this, you see Bethany still trapped in her psychotic break, raising the gun. But before you see what happens next, Ghost's hand is on your shoulder. They yank you back away from the glass, hissing in your ear. Nice fucking going, kid.
I didn't do that.
You hear a final echo of a gunshot.
Oh my
as you are
god.
sucked back through
Oh god.
the abyss. And when you step forward from the shadows, Ghost is not there. We're alone on the streets of Seattle.
Gonna be a good night. Gotta be a good night.
Oh my god!
That stabbed me. That stabbed me.
Now, Reggie, you do already have one lingering stain on your humanity. And you have not only broken our chronicle tenet to never harm an innocent, but you have brought harm to one of the touchstones of your humanity, and you have harmed them by your own hand.
Oh, I forgot about that
Oh shit. She was a touchstone too?
I mean,
Fuck.
technically, she did it. Just saying.
That is a combined 4 stains
Holy shit.
Wow.
Oh my god.
on your humanity. Now, how many empty boxes of stains do you have remaining?
I've got 2 empty boxes.
Oh no.
Then you are impaired from the loss of your humanity and take 2 points of aggravated willpower damage
Okay.
from the stains that will not fit.
Okay.
You will be impaired for the rest of this story,
Ooh.
meaning
Oh.
a 2 dice penalty to all pools
Oh my god.
on top of your addiction,
Mm-hmm.
unless you rationalize your actions as a monster and wipe away that point of humanity.
Sounds like a good deal. I think I could rationalize what I just did.
You were so gung-ho about not being a monster though.
Things change.
I think Reggie realized that they're a monster.
Yeah.
Then Reggie's humanity will drop to 6. You may wipe away all of your stains. And so closes another chapter
Oh my god.
of Midnight Gravity.
Oh
I'm not
my
okay.
God. No. That's okay, guys. I didn't.
Holy
Honestly, just viewing
Man.
today was enough for me.
I'm not okay.
I have literal goosebumps.
Let's get to plugging.
God, we have to do that now.
Megan,
Me plug.
it's our special guest. Do you like to plug tonight?
I would like to plug cozy warm blankets that could help you cope with this episode. And I will plug my Instagram at Hello Meghan Martin if you want to follow me.
Rachel?
Hi. Follow me on Instagram at Rachel Kordell. Follow me on Twitch, Majora's Rose. Yeah. Follow us on YouTube. I need a minute.
Like and subscribe.
For more of this wholesome, warm content.
Yeah, Tintenseher, I got stuff too. You know where to find me. Oh, you know what? Listen to tonight's song.
Oh yeah, I have a Spotify
Yeah,
playlist you can
playlist
listen
of all
to.
Mars's songs.
You can get
Yeah.
traumatized over there too, technically.
Yeah, Casey, you got anything, bud?
I didn't play today, so I don't get a plug.
Casey won't get residuals from this episode. Sorry, buddy.
Where are we at right now? What's happening?
Well, go check out. No, Andrew, you're supposed to do this. Plug the website stuff. Tell them all about it.
rpgestures.com. There's some sick stuff on there. We got some wonderful bonus content written by the illustrious Jonas Tintenseher.
Oh,
And
that's also like months old at this point.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, but there might be new
Maybe
stuff.
there'll be more at this point. Who knows?
We don't know.
But
You
who knows?
know,
Keep
but
your
we
eye on the
don't.
side. Things will
Yeah.
just maybe things will pop up when you least expect it. Like a morning sun.
Exactly.
Or the moon.
Or the moon.
Or the moon.
An evening moon.
Good morning!
Good night. We
Good
didn't ask for
morning.
reviews. We didn't do it.
Good morning. Leave us a review.
Like and
morning.
subscribe.
Good night. What is happening? God, please.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Holy
I'm
shit.
so messed up. I don't know
Holy
what to
shit.
do with myself. Oh my God.